OMG, hey, y'all. It's your boy, Jasiah. And obviously, from the title introduction thingy, I'm here with a special guest, my dear friend, an icon, a legend, an innovator, a visionary, everything possible, Layton.
Thank you so much. OMG. Hey, y'all.
I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here and to have you help support this glorious song of mine that I helped write with my glorious collaborator, Maya Eva. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, I'm so happy that like the song's out. I've listened to it a freaking bunch. It's like, it's everything.
Thank you
Um,
so much. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Do you want to talk about your process making the song, or like how did the song come into fruition and being? How did that?
Okay, so basically, the song came to be because I was on the phone with one of my dearest friends. Her name is Kay Bands. I love her to death. Shout out to you. She was going through it. And then after we got off the phone, I told myself I wanted to write an uplifting song to get people through their troubles. And then I thought about Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston's song When You Believe, and I listened to it and I was like, you know what? For an uplifting song, I want to have something like that. So I was like, I want to have a collaboration with my dear friend Maya Eva. I've been friends with her since kindergarten, and we both been singing together since we was 5. So I said, I know I want to have this song with her. So I wrote the song with her in mind, and all of my parts I wrote myself, and then I recorded it. Keep in mind, I did all of this not knowing if she was gonna say yes.
Hey
So
man,
I,
those are the best fun
so
things.
yes. So I wrote it, I recorded it, and then I sent it to her. And then I sent her a big paragraph explaining what the song was. And then at the end I said, give me your thoughts. And then she responded back
Okay.
with and then she responded with I got you. And then about a week or two later, she sent me her verse back. And then after that, I added ad libs onto it. And then we did a video, and then here it's out now.
Oh, I love that it it came from, I don't want to say such a dark place, but it came from such a place of like you wanted to help a friend and how it emerged into something so beautiful. And
Yes.
now like everyone's like listening to it and they're like, wow, it's like this whole thing. I love that so
Ye
much. Um,
yes.
when I first listened to the song, um, I would like the introduction, it was giving very much Quiet Storm, very much WB
Yes.
Outlast is like Lenny Green vibes. I love him so much. Did, did that play a part like when like you first were like working and like thinking up like the lyrics and like the song and like the production? Like, was that like your like goal to make it sound like one of those old songs?
So when I wrote the song, I had no idea how it was gonna sound. When I write, I words just come to me and I write it, and then well, that's for some songs. Other songs I have written to the beat. However, sometimes, like with songs like this, I just wrote it with just words coming to me. And then when I was formulating like the melodies and all of that, then the music of the song then came to be. So when I wrote it, I had no idea what it was gonna sound like. And then after that, I got the beat to it. And then I recorded it in my voice memos app, how
Girl,
I
oh my
wanted
gosh.
it to sound, how I wanted it to sound. And then I recorded it. And originally, in the original recording of the song that I sent to Maya, it didn't have like some of the things that it's on
Mhm.
now. It was after she sent it back and I got more inspiration to do some more things vocally that I added more things and it became like how it is now. But when I was writing it, I had no idea how it was gonna sound. It just came to be.
I love that so much. I feel like every project with you, and Maya is just like it's like whoa, it's like two like great like not like I don't know, like it just always works out if that it makes
Mhm.
sense. It's like this is like it's not like one person is like overdoing like another, and it's like it works if that makes sense. Like I'm like this is everything.
Yeah.
Um, you were talking about other songs and how those songs are, you know, all that. Will this song will there be other songs like this song in the future,
In the
music
future
production
of
wise?
music production wise, I would like to say yes
Mhm.
because because whenever I make a song, I'm never like I want it to sound like this song. However, a song sounds is how it sounds. And the other song that me and Maya did called Big Up Yourself, which came out on my EP Heartbreaker, um, that was a upbeat, rappy type song, and this one
Right.
is a ballad. So, and and back when the first song came out, I didn't go into it being like, okay, this is an uptempo song, and then the next song we do is going to be a ballad. It didn't. It just came like that. So it, I don't go into it with a preconceived thing. It just happens how it happens. And, but I will say the one thing I did know for this song is that I didn't want it to be like a feature. I wanted it to be a duet.
Like a
And be
collaboration.
Yeah, because there is a difference. A feature has one verse and that's it. But a duet is where we're both singing almost equal parts of the song. And that was a big inspiration from Ryan and Whitney that I really wanted to put into this song. So yeah, that's really how that went collaboration wise. And also one thing I really love is that we both wrote our own parts. Like I didn't write anything for her and she didn't write anything for me. We wrote for ourselves and then we came up with our own ideas and then we put it in and then yeah, so yeah, that's how that went collaboration wise with the song.
I love that so much. Um, you talked about how Mariah and Whitney inspired the song and how their song, you know, are there are there any other artists that inspired the song, sound wise, writing wise, or just like, you know, like vocally? Are there
Sound wise or vocally. Um, I wouldn't, I can't speak for um Maya because unfortunately she couldn't be here. But
any?
with me, I at least from my parts, I knowingly took inspiration from Mariah and Whitney. If somebody says like, "Hey, this sounds like this person's part on this other song," love that.
I love that so much. I know you said that your friend inspired like this song, but like was there like a message behind it? Like was there like something else? Or was it more or so a letter to that person and just for that person?
So the person who inspired this song, the glorious K Bands, she was really going through it. So I really wanted to write a song that's about like whoever is listening to the song knows no matter what, like there's always going to be someone who will be there for you. Like whether it's like your friend or a sibling or your parent or even God, no matter what, there will be someone there for you. And I really wanted to write the song, at least from my point of view, as like whoever is listening to it, like I'll be there for you no matter what. So
Mhm.
that's the message behind the song that I wanted to give.
I love that so much. That's just everything. Was there a song in the past that like you wrote about like someone else or like that like was inspired by someone else? Kind of like a muse situation.
So there, of course, have been songs that have been inspired by other people in the past. My whole EP, Heartbreaker, was about not just one specific person, but a few.
Cool.
Um, and then some songs on my most recent album, 2024. Um, Cresa en Tiempo was about an ex. Trying to think off the top of my head. Um, I can't think right now. Um, but that's like a song from like my most recent project that I know for a fact was about somebody. Um, the whole Heartbreaker EP, I will say though, was about people. Um, and but other than that. I wouldn't, I personally wouldn't say that some of my other songs have been about specific people. I have written about like hypothetical situations because if you don't know, most of these singers be rapping and singing about stuff that have never happened to them. But those songs that I mentioned and projects that I mentioned have been about specific people. Other songs, I can't really say that.
Mhm. I love that so much. Still staying on the topic of the song, I know we kind of got like in your past work. Um, the music video. How did you like? What was like your thought like behind that? I know it was like I was like,
Oh,
ooh.
so the music video was a whole ordeal. Let me tell you what happened. So I wrote the song the middle of July. I didn't get the verse back until like late July. And then I knew me and Maya. So we have this weekly thing where we go to her house and watch the newest episode of Baddies Caribbean. Shout out Natalie Nunn. Um,
Amen.
and and by the time she sent me back the song, I knew that we were gonna go to her house like a couple days after that. So I was like, "Hey, let's shoot the video while we're at your house." She said, "Okay." While we were there, we were having too much fun, so we did not end up shooting the video. So then, and then I have to admit something to you right now.
A
The
secret I love, please.
the day before the song came out, I had no video ready. So what did I do? I got
Last
my
minute.
ring light. I got my ring light. I got a few changes of clothes. I sat it up in my TV room and I swayed back and forth and lip synced that video. And then that's the video that it came to be. But yeah, there was a different vision for the video that I really loved, but it just never ended up coming into fruition. But the current video that is out, I am very proud of, and I think it's very cute. So yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. Could the old video concept still be like, is there like a second official video for it? Like, is that
I
ever?
mean, if she wants to film the video next time I see her and she wants to
Mhm.
do it, I would be down and I would put it out as video number two. So, yeah, I
Yes.
would, of course, be down for that. Of course, yes.
Mhm. Um, how would you say your work process is with her? Because I know you said you sent her a whole long paragraph and now you got, the
Yeah.
verses back in like end of July. How would you say like working with her is?
So usually working with Maya specifically, it's a very easy thing to do because I've known her
Like,
for so long. Usually when I collab with other people, like I'm nervous. Like whenever I collab with other people, like there's a chance they could say no. There's a chance the
mhm,
song may not end up like how I want it to end up. Um, but with Maya, it's very easy. Like I'll write something and record it and then I'll send it to her and then I'll be like, "You want to hop on this?" Most of the time she'll say yes and then she'll send it back and then I love it. With Maya though, like Maya, she stays on theme and she writes. So I'm very happy to always work with her and working with her is such an easy thing to do.
I love that so much. Is there kind of staying on the path of like collaborations that you've had? I'm gonna guess that Maya is like your favorite person to work with, like, right? Is that yeah.
I mean, Maya is the only person I've worked with multiple times. Like everybody else who I've collaborated with has usually been a one and done type thing, but Maya's the only one that I've consistently worked with. For those who keep up with my songs, y'all would know the first collab me and her did was on a song called Live Your Life from my third mixtape, The Rainbow Children, a long time ago. And then our second thing was Big Up Yourself from Heartbreaker, and then our third thing would be this. So yeah, she's the only person I really consistently worked with, but working with her is, I would say it's a very easy thing. Yeah.
I love that so much. Is there anyone you're like dreaming of like collaborating with? Like any,
Yes,
upcoming,
I would love to
big
collab.
stars?
Okay, so someone who's really upcoming who I would really love to work with is Chapel Roan.
Yes.
Like
Love.
her song Hot to Go, I've been obsessed. Like I love it. I love how it sounds. I would really love to collaborate on a pop song with her because I love how she sounds and I love her voice and the sounds she uses her voice with, and I really love that. However, if we're talking about legend, I would love to collaborate with, okay, I would love to collaborate on something visual with Beyonce. I would love to collaborate on something visual with also Madonna. I would like to collaborate on something song-wise with Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj. Off the top of my head, Mariah Carey, I would love to do a duet with. I would love her to death. Um, and off the top of my head, I would also like to collaborate with, Rihanna. I feel like me and Rihanna's vibes would go good together. Yeah, big up yourself. Um, so yeah, off the top of my head, those would be people I would love to collaborate with. Yeah.
Okay. I'm living all of those, names. They're all like stars and legends in their own right. And you're obviously the most up and coming one. So it's like
Thank you
it's
so
perfect.
much. Thank you so much.
Um, this is I have a question. I know you're like, whoa. Um,
Yeah.
where do you where do you see yourself in 10 years down the line? You're
Where I see
like
myself
what's your
in 10
brain?
years. In 10 years, I see myself signed on, and I would be on my fourth studio album under a label and my third world tour. Um, in 10 years, I would love to be doing my homecoming documentary where I come back to Piscataway and I see how things have been. I go back to my elementary schools and my middle school and my high school, and I talk to those kids and I perform for those kids, and then I donate $1 million to the education system in Piscataway. Um, and I would love to be doing that. And also in 10 years, I see myself married with a child on the way.
Oh, I love that so much. That's all the good feels. Everything. Kind of going back on the path of the song. Um, I know you talked about how your future works, your
Hmm.
let me rephrase that, how your future songs that you make are gonna sound like this. Is there another single coming out? Is there an album? Is there dates we can get prepared for?
So
Calendars,
the next musical project I can talk about, after there for me, I'm gonna be putting out a rap song called Are You Dumb?
Oh, okay.
Um
I love the whole tonal change of everything. It's like, oh,
I
it's like
know,
a yin
right?
and yang.
It's like I went from a song about being there for your friend to being like, are you dumb? But
No.
I see
Yes.
Are You Dumb being put out before Halloween, I would say.
Ooh,
Um,
spooky vibes. Are we
now,
going to?
now my next album is coming out in 2025.
What a wait.
Um,
Okay. Whew.
don't worry, it'll be quick in 2025, trust me.
Okay.
But I see my fifth project being put out in 2025. I don't know how many songs, I don't know what it's going to be called or what the theme is, but I know it will be coming out in 2025. And my next single is coming out within the next 2 months.
Can we get are there like any set dates you have in
Are there
mind?
any
Any
set dates? Okay. So as we know, Are You Dumb is going to be coming out before Halloween. Now, my next album is coming out in between January and December of 2025. So
okay.
in between there, yeah.
That
Basically in within the whole year. So
that
sometime there.
that's
Sometime there.
okay. So I love that so much. What was my question? Like flooded my brain for a minute there. Um, hey man, I love that so much. So wow, I can't believe I like, don't remember what I was just about to ask. It was like, wow. Oh yes, I'm sorry. This was like a question for me, like personally. So
Okay.
I am like a huge fan of like movie like soundtracks and like singers being on them. Like I love that
Movie
so much.
soundtracks. Oh, I love myself a good movie soundtrack.
Right? I'm like a huge fan of like every like
Hmm.
James Bond song there like ever has been. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Um, would you ever be on a James Bond song? Like soundtrack,
Would I ever
but
be on a James
yeah,
Bond soundtrack?
I can see you being
If
like,
they ever if they ever ask me to, I would love to do something for a soundtrack. One of my closest friends, he told me he may want to be a director. And and he said he may want to direct a Batman movie. And I said,
oh my God.
I got you for the soundtrack because it's been one of my dreams to do the soundtrack to a superhero movie. I love those because back in 1989, Prince did the soundtrack for the Batman movie. So I would like to do something like that, like how Prince did. So I told him, I was like, if you ever need someone for the soundtrack, I got you. He done told me I want Hans Zimmer, but I'll think about you. So I said, okay.
Oh,
So I
that's
said,
so
okay.
okay.
So I would
Zimmer.
love to do a sound. I would love to do a soundtrack. I would love to. If they ever ask me to, I would probably be inspired that same day and write the whole album within that day. So
Oh
yeah,
yes, that's that's work, that's dedication, that's the whole nine yards. I love it.
yeah.
Um, Back on the song, I know we kind of like ventured off into a whole other realm of things.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about you wanting to come back to the high school. I mean, to the town for your documentary that when you do, which I love that idea so much. Like coming back to your roots and like like your hometown and all of that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what does what does hometown mean to you? Like what does
What
that
does
idea?
hometown mean to me? Home, home. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. Okay,
Come on now.
when I think of home, I think of a place.
Where there's love
Okay,
overflowing.
whenever home means where I grew up, like home means how I got to where I am, and I don't ever want to forget where I came from
Amen.
because no amount of riches or fame could ever change how I got there in the first place. So home really means a lot to me, and home means where I came from. Yeah.
Kind of staying on this path, you talked about wanting to donate a lot of money to the education system. How
Hmm.
do you want to also are you going to be like into like charity and like giving back, or are you the type of somebody that's like
Yes,
I don't know
I
you,
would
I don't.
love I would love to give back to whoever needs it because growing up, I really didn't have a lot of money, darling, and neither did the school that I went to did. So I
Ooh,
think it would be, so I think it would be very detrimental to the future of the children in our society if people who had the money actually used it instead of buying cyber trucks. And
gosh.
and so yeah, I think it's very important to me that the children of the future have what we didn't have so they could improve on what we couldn't. So I think that's very important.
Oh, I think that's so beautiful. That's like, whoa, that's round of applause. Circle claps, probably just
Thank
everything.
thank you so much.
Um, I'm like, what was my next question? It was so good. I keep like they're flying out. Um, I know how we talked about, the future and like how do you want to be remembered. But if you can go back to your younger self and like bestow some wisdom or just talk to your younger self, like what would you say? Like what would that be like?
Hmm. If I could go back and tell my younger self some wisdom, what was me doing? Not even just 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
For
Um,
real. What did I eat
I
last
would
night?
I would tell myself just don't give up. Like, no matter what anybody tells you, just don't give up and you will succeed. And don't listen to what people have to say about you. Even positive or negative, just stay in your lane. Like, don't listen to
Just
what anybody has to say to you. Like, you don't have to prove yourself. Like you're good with who you are as your own. You don't need to prove yourself to anybody. So just
Mhm.
be yourself and just don't listen to anybody and just keep on pushing no matter what.
To your fans, to the people who are streaming and listening to this song and, and all your works from the past, and, in the future, if you could just say, a few like words to them, what would that be? And also, people who like look up to you, like, what would that be? Ooh.
So I would like to say to my glorious fans, my darlings, I named y'all the darlings. Um, to my glorious darlings, always believe in yourself and always bet on yourself. No matter what anybody says about you, always know you will make it happen because people will try to tear you down, believe me. But if you believe in yourself enough and know what you want, you're going to make it happen. So always
Mhm.
believe in yourself and always work hard and don't cheat, and you will make whatever you want to succeed and happen.
Oh, I love that so much. Because time and stuff. I'm so honored to have like even spoken to you about this and like everything and like all of this, all the things. Um, it was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Of course. Well, guess I just be going.
I love you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
I love you too. Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Pooh.
Bye. Bye.